Welcome back. That was my Scapes remix. Music by Bob Sinclair, Shabba, Love You No More, Boddhi, Satva, Ancestral dub, remix, and on to the race. I am driving the Huracan GT3 and I put some decals on it. It's my bad Trini pirate flag with a couple of other stickers, and it is on the Dragon Trail counterclockwise. We're in for 10 laps. This car is, well, it's not mostly stock, of course. The suspension is modified, and of course, you know, you can see the change the colors on the body and the wheel, and of course the decals. But this car is pretty good for this track, and it is pretty quick. This car really shines in the turns for the most part, unless you overcook it, which is kind of easy to do. If I had to compare two GT3 cars, and one car is actually not a GT3, but the Acura NSX concept that I ran on the Nürburgring time trial and a couple of other races, I would say the NSX is a better car to me all around. It just handles, grips, turns so much better. This car gets a little bit out there if you push it too hard, and you will see that happen to me a couple of times. But you know, Huracans, they're ridiculous. They're the coolest car out there. Well, of course, one of the coolest cars out there. So I went on the highway this morning, and while I was driving, I said, ooh, Huracan. I was going the opposite way. It was orange. Very cool. Listen to the car. I'm going to shut up. Cross the start finish line. Let's do a track talk / walk. Home straight, flat out, hard brake, right turn. It's a double apex, and then you head slightly downhill under the bridge. You carry a lot of speed here. This is one of my favorite parts of the track. Not this straight, but what comes after the straight. And I'm trying to be careful. Alright, so it is a triple apex turn, and what I actually use 4 of them. I like to call it a box, but you hit it just right. You don't have to brake. You just brake once after that straight, and then you let your speed carry through, modulating the throttle. Left sweeper, you carry speed through here too. Right, another slalom-like turn, and this right hard on the brakes because it is a hairpin, and flat on the throttle, full speed ahead. There's a lot of traffic. I mean, I already got the fastest lap, but you know how GT7 does to you as a player. You start at the back and you have to work your way through the front. This is a little tricky section, the right, then the left, and here I just had to slam on the brakes because I ran too hot into that corner. Lost a lot of speed, and here comes the gang trying to pass me, but this car accelerates really well, and here we are back at the home straight. That was probably a terrible track talk through because I'm still tripping on the race. But if you notice, this car sounds a lot like the R8, and if you know anything about modern race cars, because they share a lot of the same underpinnings. So yeah, but I actually like the transmission line. I like the hard dog box or shifter. And this race, you do get a little bit of rain. It varies. I've done this race a few times. Sometimes you get heavy rain, sometimes you get light rain. From what I've experienced, though, you really don't need to go on to intermediates. You can stay on your regular slicks. I believe I'm running, this is a 10-lap race, so I'm probably running racing mediums, racing hards. Okay, and there you can see the wipers working because it's raining. The lights are on. But again, no need to pit for intermediates or wet. It's not going to be that bad. At least in this race. Sometimes it does. Most of it. Brakes, coast through, throttle up, coast, throttle up, coast, throttle up, and straight up the hill, full throttle. It's going to be a right up ahead. We got a kink, then a right, and then a left. Nice sweeper left, and then a right again. Unwind the wheel, a little bit of a chance to go full throttle before we come into this hairpin, and don't run wide, and full on straight ahead. So I'm using a different strategy this race. I usually, if it's a 10-lap race, I usually try and pit early, like lap 4. But in this case, it felt kind of good, so I'm waiting to do the full halfway mark, and we're coming around to the last turn. And I wasn't really in a rush to pass these cars because I planned to go into the pit, and it didn't make sense to, break my neck to pass them and then go into the pit and probably have some argy-bargy in that process. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go on to racing hards because I saw this track has a lot of turns, so it's going to eat up your tires. So I wanted to go with hards because that should last all the way through the end of the race with no problem. Pit out, and for this race, the track is still kind of damp. I'm back down in the 14th, and lap 6, I want to win the race, of course, so we gotta go fast. But like a real car, I want to be a real car. A little contact with the Genesis. The tires aren't warmed up yet. I'm going in too hot and bam, into the wall. And sucks to be me right now. But yeah, that was just a little bit too ambitious, too soon, and I paid the price. Down in 13th, brake, gas, go, go. This car is quick, so it is possible, very possible, to still make up for that loss. What I definitely did lose and can't make back is the clean race bonus. Well, but I've done this race a couple of times, and I really wanted to win this race because I usually just place in third or second. And if you're like me and you go into the menus and you see that you haven't placed first in a race, whatever the credit jackpot is, I'd like to see the first place and let me know that I've completed that race at least, and I can move on to something else. So my goal is to get the first place on this and get that bonus. Well, no bonus, forget about the bonus. It's lap 9. I'm in 3rd place. First and second place cars are nowhere in sight. At this point, I really don't think I'm going to be able to win this race, because if you can't see them, you can't catch them. But lo and behold, first and second place cars pit. So that is a, I don't know what you call it, but I got mad lucky on that one. So now I'm in 1st place. Lap 10. All I have to do is keep it clean, keep it on the track, no mistakes, and push, push, push. Easier said than done a lot of times, but the sky is blue, the track is dry, you know the course, so just go for it. Alright. It's the final turn coming up here, lap 10. Really easy to stay on track. Full speed, and where's the flag? Where's the flag? There is the flag. Darkness falls, the flag drops, and yeah, I got 1st place. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.